want to bring forth a newborn child to the world. The most communication about the whole process, documentation, the whole act beat, the whole process of how you're doing in the room and everything, that is going to be the one they'll be talking to, right? And daddy also went through labor. That's true. His own share of labor is different from your own share of labor. So we want daddy to share his experience with you so that you as daddies, you can have something to how do I put it, just hear somebody's story. It might be very different from your story, but it's worth listening to, right? So that you can pick one or two things to, improve on, and then just, get yourself prepared as what it is, especially if it's your first child, right? Or if it's just another child, but in China, like the first child in China. So let's hear that this perspective. Over to you.
Wow. We thank God we've been through it. And we're here offering this advice to also help you, to assist your journey. As daddies, we have a lot on our mind, right? And before now, you must have been anticipating your newborn. If it's your first child, the excitement is there. But you also see that the challenges are there because you're not in your own country, where you are at the comfort of your friends, your family, etc. Now you're in a nation. Your wife is here. She needs support. Okay, so I'll take you walk through a bit of my part, and then I'll share my, valuable inputs that are useful. The first thing is you want to trust God that you have some money saved up. Because when money itself can be a stress on our mind as men, but when that is out of the way, then in some ways you have some soft land, you have some soft landing, you have some cushion, that helps you, to navigate some of the things you want, where you want to go, if you want to, people you want to call, and etc. So for delivering in China, if it's a public hospital, get between 5,000 and 10,000 RMB ready. The reason is because they want to, once you get it, they will ask you to pay a deposit of like 10,000 RMB, and then they will be, usually for natural birth, should be about 5,000. But when CS about 8,000, and usually they have all of those small things they want to buy. So you have the money. Then when your wife is going home, they will give you the feedback. I mean, the remaining change if you have. But usually they would try to ensure they exhaust the money because it's more like a business thing for them.
Business.
However, get like 10,000 RMB, in a way. So
or more.
or
At
more.
least 10,000.
It also depends on the hospital. If you're in Beijing,
Yeah.
this is the amount. But if you're in a local hospital, local hospital doesn't mean it is less of quality. It means you are in a local environment.
Yeah.
Let's say you're in a local place like Guizhou, some local area, then it may be cheaper.
Yeah.
The same quality of delivery, but
Yes.
cheaper because it's not in the city center.
Yeah.
In those places, maybe 6,000, 7,000, or 5,000 may be enough.
Yeah.
But in Beijing, the 10,000,
Yeah.
and then that 10,000 plan it to be for the hospital and get another 3 or 5,000 for yourself, emergencies. Your wife is here,
buying food or
yes,
buying
and
anything.
etc.
Yes.
So when you get to the hospital, they will ask to make the deposit. You make it, then they'll take your wife into a room. And if it's foreigners, you can ask them, please, can you give us like a private room? You can ask for it. And they'll give you a private room where it's just you and your wife.
Maybe we even paid additionally for it.
Maybe they
because
deducted
nothing
the
is
money.
free in China.
Maybe they deducted the money.
Maybe they deducted the money because in my own
it.
case, we actually requested for a private room. Most of the rooms in the public hospitals are shared rooms. The demarcation is just a curtain. You know how it is. But we requested for a private room.
And we got it. Okay. Thanks to them. And so you would be allowed to visit your wife. And when you visit your wife, they will tell you only visit in the evening, right?
Yeah.
You visit in the evening depending on the time they give to you, maybe some 2 hours, space of 3 hours, and you have to go outside. Okay, that's the way it works. And then when you come in the day, doesn't mean you can't come. You can come in the day, but if you want to give us something, they will ask you to drop it, and then somebody will take it in. Be rest assured, they're doing their job, and they do it well. And so, but your wife may need emotional support in labor. So private hospitals are the best because you can even be with your wife in the labor room for some places, but in the private, but in public hospitals, they won't allow that. In fact, the room they have given to you to be with your wife when it's time for labor, they will take her into the labor room, which we call the favor room, and there are other women, and they may not allow the husband to go in there.
No, you are not allowed.
You will be
the
outside, and when you are outside, as a man, you're agitated. At that point, if you're a Christian, that's the point to just be in God. It's not really the time. It's really not the time to start calling people. Hey, help! As a man, just keep your faith in God and keep praying. Okay, keep praying and keep interceding and keep trusting God. This is the time your wife needs you the most. So every time you see your wife while she's in labor and it's your time to go in, it's a time to reassure her. It's a time to speak God's word over her life. At that point, it may look like she's not hearing. She may slap you and say, "You don't know what I'm going through. Yeah, I'm feeling this." It's true, they are feeling it, but those words are coming in. Those words, my wife didn't slap me. But those words are powerful. Yeah, the Bible said the word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. So the baby is here at the same time. So the word is coming, the word is coming, the word is coming. However, some people would say that you should wait until, don't go to hospital immediately your wife is in labor. Some people say that they have the philosophy to say, okay, let the labor continue for a while when your wife is about 3 centimeters dilated or 5 centimeters dilated, but you are not a doctor. You don't know when when your wife is 4 centimeters dilated. So don't wait. She starts labor, the water has burst, please carry her to the hospital. Some hospitals have like landline you can call and they can send an ambulance to pick your wife straight from home. If they have that provision, you can take it, but just know whatever thing they do will come at an extra cost.
Yes.
Okay. But otherwise, just take your wife there and be calm. If you have a friend who you have told, oh, maybe that has a car, I'll call you when my wife is in labor, please, we'd like to go together. Or somebody you just know can be around you and can comfort you.
It's not a good time to be looking for a DD.
Yes.
Especially because you don't even know the time the baby will come.
Some DDs are even scared. Some drivers, some Chinese, when they are driving, scared. When the woman is shouting, they may be a bit emotional. So you need, So it's good to get a DD you've spoken to ahead of time. I'll call you, okay, when my wife is in labor and you already agree, you have it planned out. You have all of the bags packed already in a place. So when it is time, you just pick it. And that is back to you. Pick it because you will not be able to come back home that same day.
Some DDs might even have to provide like a form of a polythene nylon on their seats.
Or buy it yourself.
Like if you eventually speak to a DD or a friend, because you never can tell discharge in the vehicle before the hospital, right? So you want to have that also planned. You might either buy it, or maybe if you just tell to the DD that my pregnant wife going to the hospital, some of them might already know how it goes, that there could be discharge, or there could be, and they will get a polythene on their chair so that does not come at an extra cost.
But as a man, don't wait for that. Get it yourself. You spread it there. Get a friend who you trust. It could be the best friend of your wife, can be there to support her, that emotional support, and can go in with her. When you get to the hospital, you have someone to help you. When you call immediately, they are out there to help your wife in. And then talking about emotional stability, as a man, get God's word, get music playing, and be strong. For some people, it may be easy that your wife gets to the hospital before you know it, she delivers fast. For some people, it may take long. For some people, it may take like 10. And that's why my wife has done dedicated video to help women a lot. This is not a joking matter. This is about life here. And we need to be adequately prepared for it. So we encourage you to check that video and really watch it. It's going to really help you, trust me. You see, so your wife is in the hospital, get yourself emotionally stable, and get food. At this point, your wife's appetite may or may not be there. But get something, she can fall onto. The hospital will get food, but the food may not be what she likes. Get the food ready for her. Ask what she wanted. In Nigeria, Nigerian restaurants are all over in Beijing. You can get food there for her. If it's Guangzhou, you're even in a better place, to get Nigerian food. And importantly, when they wheel her into the favor room, that point you are outside. They won't allow you to go in. You may be in a place where they allow you, but just keep praying. Just keep trusting the Lord. And then before you know, your baby is out. But guess what? They will keep giving information. So don't leave your wife. Of course, no man will leave the wife and go home. Just stay there, because you can also, importantly, get the phone number of one of the doctors. You can get the phone number. There's a standby nurse station in that labor room. Okay, so you get their contact because doctors change shift. Irrespective of the doctor that changes shift, when you give them your number, you collect theirs, they can call you at any time. And then you can as well call them to ask about the situation. Okay, if your wife hasn't been in labor, some people prefer to have their wife in the hospital before labor start. Let labor start from there. Then maybe you go when it is not, come back. But the wife should stay outside. You just keep praying. And when labor start, they will keep giving you information. They will tell you this is the heart rate of the baby, this is a centimeter dilation. You might as well ask questions and call them, which is important because if they don't allow you to go in all the time and they have locked you outside because the time of visitation is over, you want to reach out to them, you need to make a call. What is the dilation now? If you can practice some little Chinese before that time, it's going to be helpful. So that in case you don't find anybody to interpret for you, you can. Or, like my wife spoke in the last video, find a Chinese community who is a woman who can communicate to them in Chinese and follow up. That would be perfectly amazing. We had that. It was good. It was great. And then they will communicate with you efficiently. And then, they will tell you the right rate of the baby is jumping up and down. The baby is going to die now. They need to get that. The baby, otherwise the mother is... Sometimes they made a situation. The Chinese people are exactly careful on every matter. They are very detailed. They are best at what they do and they are very detailed. So some situation they may tell you, oh, the baby is about to die. It's not as if the baby wants to die. It's because the heart rate may be fluctuating. They will tell you, see this gap here, see this gap here. We need to heart fast. So you need to be a composed man. Don't cry at that point. You say, oh my God, I don't know what to do now. Remember, your wife needs you. The decision you make at that point is key. Your wife may not be able to make that decision. So trust God for what to do. If they say CS, if the situation warrants that, go for it. I want to let you know that it will be safe and sound. But if the woman you got there in 4 hours and she's 8 centimeters dilated, if God tells you and you are strong enough to wait for the 10 centimeters, just believe in faith. That's why you and your wife should have prayed before you enter. What do we want? Do we want CS? Do we want natural delivery? You pray. Sometimes things change, but just know that with faith in your hand and solid preparation, you can go through it. I didn't call my parents-in-law until the delivery. I intentionally didn't. I didn't want to scare them. They are not here. And what do I want them to do? Will they be here? So I just trust God in faith to carry everything until the baby came and I called them. The baby was all right. So this is it.
Exactly.
Get enough water as daddy.
Exactly.
Enough water. You may not be able to go out to food. You have water. Your bag is full of water. You're drinking it. It's helpful.
Exactly. And I think it was a journey that is what I'm speaking about, and it's what I'm reminiscing about, because
Thank you.
China is that country where there are not many informations online as much as you would find in other nations, and that's because there are very, very few people who eventually have babies here in China.
That's
right.
So
there is an hospital, there are international hospitals. There's an hospital in Beijing that is an international hospital,
Oasis, perfect.
And that hospital is totally different from all we said now, because if you can pay for it,
maybe they pay about 50,000 RMB, and it covers the prenatal, it covers the antenatal, all the way to delivery, all the way to baby's vaccination and baby's immunization up to like 3 years.
Yes, exactly.
So
if you
in fact, during delivery, you and your family will go there like you're going to an hotel. They'll give you a room like an hotel. They give you food. Like everything is settled.
Money controls
is the Lord. This is that 50,000 you will really enjoy. And sometimes it pays if you are prepared ahead of time.
And the truth is, their doctors speak English.
They speak English.
So you don't have trouble. Good. It's just like your international country in China, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's the way it is. They give you the moral support you need. You may even be there to witness the delivery. They'll give you an apron, take coffee.
Yeah, the reason we know this is because they organized a pre-delivery seminar, which was free, even whether or not you are their patient.
And they gave us gifts.
And we went in, we were taught how to take care of the baby, bathe the baby, and all that, and it was all free, right? So this like we had said in our previous video, if you are in China and you are already looking at having a child in China, number one, get into community as fast as you can. Church community,
and ask questions.
They will reply. I remember when we came in, I wasn't even in so many WeChat community. But when I started to talk to people, like I would say to people, and even sisters in church already saw that I was expecting. So they would say to me, "Are you in a moms group, like moms to be group?" And I'll be like, "No, I didn't even know something like that existed." So they would add me, and then from there I would see other moms to be asking questions. In fact, let me point that was how I got how to be prepared for my resource factor, which I had spoken about in one of in my video, because being an African, I have the resource factor, and there's a particular injection that the mom needs to get within 72 hours of delivery. Do you see?
Yeah,
so just check my video. I gave more information about that. But why I'm saying this is I wouldn't have even known how to prepare for my injection, because the hospital will not give you.
You need to buy it yourself.
You need to buy it yourself. But it was through this community groups. I was in so many moms group, having baby group, this group and that group. So how do you get this information?
You may be one. Okay, continue. Please.
So number one, like we said, there are communities, African communities that you can already ask. And number two, if you are working, definitely if you're in China, it's because you're working or a student. There will be a community you can talk. Just locate the HR or locate Africans. When you see Africans, ask questions, and then they will definitely link you to mom's group or this and that, and then you would get all the help. I wish there was a dad's group, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, so but definitely all that you need is available to you. We wish you successful delivery, a very wonderful experience having your baby in China, and we want to hear your story. If you have had your baby or you know someone who had a baby in China and you know their story, please put it in the chat section and comment, and also share this video. You don't know who is likely going to travel to Asia or China tomorrow, and then this video will really come in handy. So thank you so much. This is Life with Ibito Years. Have a blessings. God bless you. Bye bye. Thank you, Dad. It was lovely hearing your story.
You're welcome. Drink a lot of water.
Bye.